Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Jess with Planning with Jessa. I am back with a video that is new to me. It is my TBR list of 26 books that I want to read in 2026. Um, and this is also a channel where I'm going to attempt to do videos on a virtual planner and set up with Notion, as well as many other different videos. So please stay tuned for that. Okay, let's get started on my I just want to say welcome. I hope you stay through the end. I hope this gives you some ideas. A lot of these were inspired because of the sprayed edges. I just saw sprayed edges, and that's what grabbed me. And then I saw the cover, and then it's kind of one of those things. I just want to point out that if it's a part of a series, then the series is implied that I'm going to read that. So honestly, it's going to be more than 26 books, hopefully. Because my goal this year was 25, and I've only read 7. But life happens, and I'm currently homeless and I'm staying in a motel. So, um, life happens and gets in the way of things, but I'm hoping to get this off the ground. So I just want to read that. So let's get started. Um, okay, like I said, this is my to be read list of my 26 book goals of 2026. Most are to fill up Under the Covers Romanceopoly 2026 reading challenge, which she did like a whole board this year, digital board, and you could print it off, and she created like a path you can follow, like romance and paranormal. It's like she set it up kind of like a college thing. It's really cool. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to check that out, and along with the video that I watched that caught my attention and made me want to do this. They are in no particular order, and of course, if part of a series, then the rest of the series is implied, like I mentioned. I will be checking these on Goodreads and reviewing them on Amazon, and if available, Walmart and like other apps. And I will leave my good links or my Goodreads at the end of this video. I will also be logging them in a personal um book log, which will be in Notion. It'll be a digital one, so I hope we can do this together. And I can film the video, and I will be hopefully updating it at the end of each month so you guys can see it, or the end of each quarter, so you guys can see it. If you would like that. So in the immortal words of Heath Ledger Stoker, and here we go. Okay. The first book of my TBR is A Curse of Shadows by Catherine Mara. This is the one where the sprayed edge, what I mentioned, the sprayed edges got me, and then the cover sold me. So then I read the back, and I was like, gotta read this because Beauty and the Beast, anything Beauty and the Beast inspired or spin off is my favorite. Belle is my favorite Disney princess. Drop your favorite Disney princess down below. And shout out to all my Disney princess fans. And Elsa's my favorite Disney queen. I did actually name my dog Elsa. Um, and this is going to be 320 pages. So this more than likely will probably be my first read of 2026. It is a fiction fantasy. It's Goodreads review is 4.1, and its Amazon review is 4.5. Five Broken Blades is our second book by Mia Corlin. It is 750 pages in book 1 of this series. Like I said, if the first book of the series is here, then the rest of the series is implied. This is one of the books where I glanced at the title and thought, oh, my brother would like this. And then I read the back at Walmart and I was like, maybe I'm going to give this a go. And maybe after I give it a go, maybe my brother will like it after my review. It's got a Goodreads review of 3.8 and an Amazon review of 4.3. At the time of this video, The Huntsman, our next book, cover wasn't revealed. But it is now revealed. It's on Amazon if you would like to see it. It's a beautiful cover. I just didn't want to like change it. Didn't kind of want to spoil it when it couldn't give you a surprise. This is about this is a spinoff of my second favorite princess, Snow White, especially after Once Upon a Time, portrayed by Jennifer Goodwin. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with her. Her portrayal of that, I love it so much. This book, since release, has got a Goodreads value of 3.6 and an Amazon review of 4.3. Okay, I gotta admit that when I talked about the sprayed edges thing, this was one of them. This was desperately one of them because I saw the bows and I was like, oh my god, because I'm in my coquette era. I love bows and I love pink. So, and then I read the back of this and then I was like, oh my god, this is so my jam. So, more than likely, this will be one of my Valentine's reads. So, stay tuned for my list of 14 reads of February for Valentine's Day. It'll be filled with my favorite author, which we'll talk about later here because he's on my list. And this is 352 pages. And it's got a Goodreads score of 3.9 and an Amazon review of 4.3. Mayhem in the Mortal by Sonora Williams. This is another one where the sprayed edges got me. It's a fiction book, and it's a hashtag slow burn danger and quest with impossible odds. It's got a good read. It doesn't have a Goodreads and an Amazon rating like the other ones because it is an official 2026 book. It will be released in my birth month of March on the 17th. I'm so excited to read this. It's another one with sprayed edges got me, and then I saw the cover, and it was like, oh my god! So I think the stencil idea that they've started is really cool. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. Phantasma. This one was one of the ones where actually the cover grabbed me. There's different covers for this. I think it was another cover that grabbed me. I'm not sure. This is a book one of two books. It's 512 pages by Kaylee Smith. It's got a Goodreads value of 4.1 and an Amazon review of 4.3. It's a gothic romantasy. It's one of the longer books I read. Enchantra, the second book, is already out and published because it was done at the same time. The next one is Quicksilver, which is an Amazon exclusive, and I was there when Amazon released it. It's so pretty and everything in person. You have to see this cover and the other covers for it. This is by Kaylee Hart. It's got 629 pages. And it's got a Goodreads value of 1.3 and an Amazon review of 4.6. It's a fae and alchemy story, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I love anything fae because of Akadar. Thank you, A Court of Thorns and Roses, for getting me obsessed with fae. I'm obsessed. Any other Akadar fans in here? The next one is Zodiac Academy, and this is the first book, The Awakening, by Caroline Packman and Susan Valeni. This is a fiction book. It's got a Goodreads value of 3.8 and an Amazon review of 4.2. This is the only book with. This is one of two books by them that I will be reading. In my TBR list. And so this is one of my one books. I have two authors. It was inspired by a YouTuber. Oh, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry, but if I remember her, I will link her down below. So check her out. She listed a whole lot of them. Some of these I actually got from her list that I wanted to review. I wanted to read. And then my next is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Now, I gotta admit, I started reading her because she's got my initials JLA, and I wanted to publish Jessica LA. But she apparently publishes that way, so I'm publishing JLE. So stay tuned for that, and the links for that will be in the description for my fan fictions that are already out. For I think I got A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've got Day 100, Veronica Mars, Gilmore Girls, High School Musical, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Pitch, just to name a few. Inspired fan fictions. And this is one of my 2025 books that I was trying to read in 2025, but I did not finish. I'm so excited to get back to this because what a little I did read, it was exciting. It's got a strong female lead, but she kind of still doubts herself and everything. So I really like that. It really grabs my attention. And those are my kind of characters that are strong and independent, but also admit that they are flawed in some areas and they need, guidance or in that, and they're not afraid to say help. It's really important. It's okay not to be okay. In the words of Jelly Roll, it is okay not to be okay. It's kind of been my quote this year for 2025 and the fourth, well, since the second quarter. I'm really excited. So this is 496 pages. This will be book one, and it is got a Goodreads value of 4.6 and the Amazon review of 4.2. Book. It's another Fae book. It's a Fae of Snow and Ice. It's the first book, Quarter Winter. Like I said, thank you, Quarter Thorns and Roses, for getting me attached to the Fae books. This is 338 pages. It has got a Goodreads value of 4.1, an Amazon review of 4.5. It's fantasy and fae, and it's a newish, 2024 author. So here's the next one. Okay, so this one is one of the ones where it really grabbed my attention because people are like, well, you gotta read this, you gotta read this. It was all over Book Talk and then YouTube and then Goodreads. And so this is one of the ones that I really wanted to. So this is one of the ones I'm gonna take a chance on. And then I saw the edges and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read this. Everybody's like, well, you gotta read this, If you like the winged bat boys from A Court of Thorns and Roses, you're going to like these Dragon Riders, which this is about. It's 528 pages. It's by Rebecca Yarros. And it's got a Goodreads value of 4.6, an Amazon review of 4.8. And the order to read them, because there are 3 of them, is Fourth Ring, then the Iron Flame, and then Onyx Storm. Now, this is one of the ones that I'm obsessed with. I really, really want to read. If A Curse of Shadows and Ice isn't going to be my first one, this will probably be my first one. Because I've been wanting to read this so much. It's always out at the library. I can never get my hands on the first copy. So I'm hoping Kindle or Audible can come through for me this year. I'm so obsessed, or Libby can, so I can borrow it digitally. I want to read this so bad. And actually, it was the back that grabbed me, not the front. I liked it because it has the Divergent, Hunger Games kind of feel to it, and so I'm really excited. It's book 1 of the series, and there are 400 pages. It's got a Goodreads value of 4.1 and an Amazon review of 4.4. It is also highly recommended, so I'm really excited to read this. Okay, to be honest with you guys, this is an experiment. Because I've never read this author. She does more of the modern day stories. Well, this one she's taken modern day and mixing it with fantasy in The Awakening, which is part of the Dragonheart legacy. Nora Roberts is got this book. Nora Roberts' book is 464 pages. This is book 1 of the series. This is one of the ones where the back grabbed me more than anything else. It's another dragon book that I'm kind of gonna read and see if I like the fantasy dragon books, because that's more my brother's style than mine. It's got a Goodreads value of 4.2 and an Amazon review of 4.7. Haunting Adeline. Okay, to be honest, I think this is my first psychological thriller on here. It's also a romance. It's a dark romance. So be warned about that. It deals with so warnings hashtag warnings heated. It also deals with like stalkerism, obsession, um possession, stuff like that. That's your vibe, go for it. This is truly my vibe. It's got a little bit of Stockholm syndrome in it, so be warned of the triggers for that. It's by H.D. Carlton. It's part of one of two of the Cat and Mouse duet. It's 624 pages. I'm so excited to read this. It'll probably be one of my Halloween reads. Probably 31 books of October. I'm hoping to, really read this year. And it's got a Goodreads value of 3.9 and an Amazon review of 4.4. Um, okay, so let's let's talk about this book and this author. Okay, first off, let's start with the author, Sarah Cannon. I found her through beatings on heart breathings on YouTube. And I've been following her for a while, and mostly because she's an author and she gives you a day-to-day of her life and how to publish a book. And the more I watched her, the more I fell in love with how she planned out this book. She had a plot notebook, she had a board, she had an inspo board, she had the cover already made. She grafted out the characters, she detailed them, gave them character sheets. She did like all this work and like make really creative notebooks, and it made me want to be her. So she's my spirit animal of 2026, basically. Her along with Marie from Crafty Girl and / Crafty Girl vlogs. So shout out to Marie. And so this is part one of her Shadow Demons series. I think there's more than 12 books for this series. She's supposed to be finishing it up this year. She said that was her goal. So Beautiful Demons is the first book, and I'm so excited to read this. It's a fast-paced young adult book. After all, it's only 194 pages. So I'm really excited to read this, and hopefully maybe I can like sit down and read like the whole series. So maybe this would be kind of like a summer thing when things are slow. So I'm hoping that'll be really good. It'll be like my summer leading into fall. Storm and Fury by Jennifer L. Armentrout is our next one. She's a really good author. Just from reading a little bit of Blood and Ash, and then I think it was like Moonlight Sonnets. I said it was. I'll leave that link to that series down below. You guys can check it out, and I'll leave the description to the book that I read down below. It's like part one of 3, I think. And this one is book one of her Harbinger series. I can't remember how many books there are, but it's 599 pages. It'd be one of my longer ones. And it's got a Goodreads value of 4.0 and a Amazon review of 4.4. The next one is Guild by Raven Kennedy. So hashtag warnings heated for this book. I want everybody to be aware of the other tropes and / warnings. Some of the warnings are Stockholm syndrome, possession, obsession, and the common phrase kept in a gilded cage. So I just want you to be aware of that. You can find a full list of the warnings on either Goodreads or Amazon, Walmart, even the author's site. It's got a Goodreads value of 3.6 and an Amazon review of 4.6, and it's said to be perfect for the A Court of Thorns and Roses fans. So this will probably be one of my mirror quarter one reads. So I'm really excited to read this. And I'm really interested. It's about King Midas, and it's like a twist to his story. And I love Greek myths, so I'm excited to read this inspired dupe. The next one is The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. This is the author that I said to wait for because he's my favorite author. I've read some of his books, but what made me really obsessed with him was actually the movie The Notebook, and that's what I saw. So for the longest time, The Notebook is kind of sat on my to be read list. So it is now on my it is now to be read this year. and there's actually a part 2 of it called The Wedding. It's about Noah's in-laws, his son-in-law. So I'm gonna, that's implied, I'm really gonna read, I'm hoping to read that. After all, this is a short book. It'll probably be one of my Valentine's Day read. So just know that some of these books will transfer to that list. And it'll probably mostly be filled with Nicholas Sparks. Because one of my goals is to read all his books, and I'm hoping maybe to do that this year. I actually have another book of his on my list. I think it's next. I'm really excited for it. This is the republished copy with the movie cover on it with Rich McAdams and oh, I forget his name. I forget his name, and I'm so sorry because I'm obsessed with him. Oh my god, and I'm obsessed with this kiss. But it's got a Goodreads value of 4.2 and the Amazon rate of 4.6. If anybody can remember his name, can you please put it down below? I feel so stupid for forgetting it when it's one of my favorite movies. But anybody have one of those days where your brain's just so foggy and everything? And after all, I'm filming at 3:18 a.m. in the morning. So, this is my work hours. I work at night and sleep during the day. So it's kind of why I want to be an author, so I can make my own hours. So the next one is also by Nicholas Sparks. It's called Remain. It is his first supernatural dabble into the supernatural world. It's also got a second author, M. Night Shyamalan. I think that's how you say it. And I'm really excited to read this. Read the last question of the blurb and answer in the comment below if you believe it, or your response to it, and let me know what you think. Also, leave a book of some of your TBRs to be read in the bottom. I would love to hear some of your examples, especially like ones you go to gravitate towards, like Valentine's Day. Like one of mine's Pride and Prejudice. My next, and the Goodreads score is 3.9 and the Amazon review is 4.3. The next book is Hollow. This is actually a Walmart recommended one where I got on Walmart and I typed it in and it recommended this. And it's called Hollow by Catherine Peckman and Susan Bellini. Like I said, they're off of the Zodiac series, so they're on here again. It's book 1 of the series. It's 560 pages. And it's another one where kind of like the sprayed edges got me, and then the cover got me. Well, I guess the cover and the sprayed edges at the same time got me for this one. It's got a Goodreads value of 4.2 and an Amazon review of 4.4, and it's a fantasy book, and anybody drawn to it because of the sprayed edges. Anyone like that? I raise my hand and go for my eyes because it's me. So if you do, comment those emojis. The next one. Okay, so the next one is The Selection by Kiera Cass. I'm really excited to read this. This is another one that's been on my to be read list for a while. And it's one of those ones where they said you like it if you're a fan of Pretty Little Liars, and it's got like in Divergent. So this is going to be one of those books. It's 352 pages. It's book 1 of I think 3 or 4. It's got a Goodreads value of 4.1 and an Amazon review of 4.5, and it's really good for I like it because it's got a dystopia feel, and so it screams Hello Divergent and B100, which are like 2 of my favorite. I haven't really watched The 100, but I'm obsessed with Eliza Jane and Bob Morley. I'm obsessed with Bellamy and Clark, and they're my OG couple. The next book is His and Hers by Alice Feeney. And this one it's fiction, and it has a Goodreads value of 4.1, an Amazon review of 4.2. They're making it into a Netflix show of the same name, starring Tessa Thompson. So if you like her from Creed, she was Creed's love interest. This is another psych thriller romance that I'm gonna read. So I'm pretty excited to read this, and hopefully I can read it before the show comes out. So I got to see when that's releasing, so I can watch it before the show. Like I did with Bridgerton. So the next book is another one of my 2025 books that I did not read, I did not finish. So I'm gonna start rereading it again. It's the Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder by Joanna Fluke. What really grabbed me was how she sets up these books. She sets them up. The woman is a baker, and this is her first book, and she finds out that one of her customers dies by cookie, and she swears up and down to the authorities and everything that it's not her. It's not her recipe. She didn't do it. So she goes on, like, she becomes an amateur Sherlock Holmes and goes on the path to finding out who really did it. It's like a whodunit book. And this is the 25th anniversary edition book, and where it looks like chocolate chip cookies on the side, on the sprayed edges. So I'm really excited to read it. And she also gives you a recipe in this book for chocolate chip cookies. So all of her books in this series, the Hannah Swanson series, are set up like this. So I'm so excited to read this series and get these recipes, because I'm an amateur baker. I love to bake. Okay. Okay. The next one is Butcher and the Blackbird, which really got me was the cover, because I love pink and I love black. And it's got also a little bit of purple from my mom. It's by Bren Weaver, and I'm really excited. This is book one of, I think it's 3 books. And it's 368 pages, and it's got a Goodreads value of 4.4 and Amazon review of 4.3. What really grabbed me was the serial killers. It's about 2 serial killers, and they have a meet cute, and they fall in love, and then they're like chased, like all their past comes back to them and everything. So it's like, do they stay together or do they not? And it's one of those whodunit books. So I'm really excited to read it. The next one is, like I said, from Bridgerton, The Duke and I. Now, I watched it on Netflix, season 1 only, over and 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 over again. So this is why this is on that list. And I mean, look at that sprayed edge. That is beautiful, but so is the cover. I mean, it's beautiful. And I'm hoping this book lives up to expectations, like the Netflix series did, because I'm obsessed with Daphne and Simon. Obsessed. They're amazing. It's one of my favorite Netflix couples. It's a period romance. It's a 3.8 on Goodreads and an Amazon review of 4.5. The last book of our 2026 TBR list is Hopeless by Colleen Hoover. This is my first dabble with her, especially after watching her movie It Ends With Us. Hashtag warnings on that. So I'm very excited to read this. This is one of 3 books. It's 416, or not, yeah, 416 pages. It's my first dabble into her stories. Like I said, I'm very excited to read this. This will probably be one of my Valentine's reads, like I said. Um, and I can't wait to dabble into her. I heard she's such a great author and she's amazing, and I hear only good things about her. But like her books do come with warnings, like, you know, domestic violence and all that, so you have to heed the warnings. But I'm really excited to read this. So I am heeding the warnings, and I'm just excited. All right, guys. So this is the conclusion of my presentation, of my TBR list of 2026. I hope that you guys enjoy it. And I want you to leave your TBRs down below and give me some inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, please follow me on Goodreads, where we can contact each other and share and keep each other inspired. There's also my Tumblr, my blog, and my Twitter. Warn them they're all under construction, but it's going to be where everything mine located, Planet with Jessica Ellie, and 100% Jess, which will be my Etsy in the coming new year, will be posted. I'm sorry for all the hand things that I do, and the hand gestures, and the hair gestures. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year. Bye.